there's the jig coming together. Hello everybody, this is David Mahaska with David Mahaska Racing, Daffodil Racing, and the Budget Pro Mod channel. Well, today I'm going to set up my jig with my blueprints, and I'll show you how I do it right now. So I got my jig, my main rail set up. There's a back rail right there. I just got a tape measure on here. There's the other bar that goes in the cab to capture the front bar of the cab here. I haven't put that on there yet, and this will be off the ground. So with these here, but I just haven't pulled them out yet. I'm just setting things up now. Okay, so show you what I'm doing here. I got pretty much, I guess I'll show you this here. I got pretty much of the my materials figured out here. What I need for this is what I'm setting up here on this jig. So, and now you can see I got some numbers there. There's my axis center line. So basically that's what I'm setting up. Okay, so I guess let's just turn it this way. Turn it this way so we can get a better orientation. Okay, so we'll go back here to the back of the this bar here, number 1 bar, and that's going to be my datum line right there. I call that my datum line, is this one right here. So everything is measured off this bar here, and it's consequently it's the number 1 bar in your car. That's what it's called. So you see right there, I just call it datum line. You can see that. So all measurements are coming off that at the moment. Once I get it all welded together, then we'll readjust things. But right now I just got a 2x4 in the back to hold it off the ground. It'll be probably about yay high off the ground. The main rails will sit about this high off the ground, so about 18 inches or 20 inches thereabouts. Okay, so let's just go through this quickly. So right there, let's zoom in here a bit. There we go. There is my axis center line. I have it written down here. I'll write everything down in the concrete, clean the concrete up as I could. So axis center line for my car is 25 inches from the datum line, number 1 bar, from right there to there. See what it is. Okay. So you got that. So there's our datum line, and then you got your back part of your cage back here. So this would be where your main hoop on this bar here. Let's get back here. Your main hoop would go across on that bar there. Let's just see what it is. Main hoop goes on this bar here. Okay, so let's move forward here. Now, right here we got 33 1/4 inches. That's our cross member from our datum line. So that is that one right there, where my thumb's pointed to. That's the first cross member there, just on the other side of the X, and that's where that'll be sitting. And then here, 37 1/2 inches. That would be the inner support that connects to the main frame rail, and that would be, here, let's just set this down here so you can see a little better. So that would be, where are we here? Sorry. Yeah, so that would be, that would be that measurement there to do the inner cab support, okay? And then we got here 37, so actually it'd be more out to here in line with this here for the cab. But that there again, that is this measurement here, 37.5 inches, and that's the outer part of the cab. Okay, so let's go on here. And then 50, just do it, oh, I'm reading upside down here, sorry. Yeah, okay, so 50 inches right here. Right there, 50 inches. There's my tape measure, 50 inches. Right here would be my, right here. That's where the cab comes out to. As you can see, oh, let's do it this way here. 50 inches, so it'll come up through here, up to 50 inches corner, and then it'll shoot back this way. Just like how it says in here, it'll just go back the other way. All right, so now I'm setting my engine, mid-engine plate to, that's right there, to 82 inches from the axle center line. So 82 inches right there, and that's from that measurement right there on the axle center line. So 82 inches. I think that should work well for what I'm doing. Some guys have maybe, I mean, if you're doing more no prep, put it back a little further. But being my block, I got a big block, supercharged, and the block is filled, and it's an iron block, and it's filled with concrete. So I'm just gonna put it just a hair inch ahead of what most people usually have, an 80 to 81. I'm going 82. Okay. Now, let's see here. Where are we at now in this? Okay, so now the 102 right here measurement, that measurement here, that'll be, that is the main frame rail. So it'll end up right about here, and right there is my center line for my rack, and that'll go across here. So that's the center on the rack. And let me see here. That's about it, I think. So I'll just go over this quickly here. So now the materials I need to build this, you might be interested in that, I guess. Here we go. So, 1 5/8 065 with the first one, and that is for our main, for our main frame rails. That's 065, 1 5/8. I'll need a length. I'll need a length of that. It's 16 feet, but I always like to give some extra. So for an extra few more feet, so basically I buy these in 20-foot lengths. There's no half sizes, so I can only buy this from my supplier in 20-foot lengths. So I have been estimating everything to try to get a full length of material in everything. So so the next piece is 1 5/8 083, and I need 13 feet plus 62 inches for the dash bar. I'm trying to get everything at once here. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. 1 3/8 058. I'll need 7.5 feet. So basically 8 feet. I'll end up buying a length of that too, because I'll need it in other spots. 1 1/4 058. I need 10 feet. There again, I'll buy a length of that. And these ones here, these are optional. If I want to go to 1.5 inches where the 1 3/8 is, and yeah. So yeah, I was thinking about upgrading 1.5 inches where the 1 3/8 was, and where the 1 3/8 was, and then upgrade from 1 1/4 to 1 3/8 where the 1 1/4 was. Basically, up here in Canada, I'm looking for this 1 5/8 That's I think it's still $10 a foot here. He had some old pricing, but that might go up. The 083, I can still get it at $12 a foot up here. Everywhere else they're charging 16, so that's a pretty good deal. And 1 3/8 is a little bit more money. That's around $12 a foot, and 1 1/4. I think it was still $9.50 or $10 a foot basically for that. So to do all this here, I need a length of 065, 1 5/8 for 2 main rails, and the 083 is for the rest of the cab, right? And the 1 3/8 and 1 1/4 the cross here, and then in the driver compartment area, and then the passenger compartment area, and then there's a piece of 065, 1 3/8 in the front cross member here. And I'll just end up buying from McKim Mechanics. I'll just buy this kit here to mount the rack, because it'd be easier, because everything's pre-bent, and you got the plates and all the mounting hardware. So it's like $200 in that range. So it's actually not a bad deal. Okay, so that's part one. I want to show you here, and then so that's one of the main things I want to get done here over the next several weeks or month, maybe. It all depends on the material. And this is the material for the front. Basically, your main frame rails, 1 1/2 065 here. I figured out I need about 10 feet for here, and you need 1 1/4 083, and that's for the main engine plate, for the front engine plate support there. I'll just figure out my centers, where my supports were from the dash bar, and this gives you the I got the tabs here. When I get out of the garage here, I'll go in the house, and I have my number 1 bar, and I have these supports here, the lower control arms mounts, and I got the strut cups, and I got some video of that, and I'll show you that. Okay, so, but we're not, this part of the cab we're not building yet. I'm just focusing on, this is the frame rails, dual frame rails I'm building. So basically 84 1/4 inches from here to here. And I'll need 2 bars like that. So 16 feet of 1 1/4 058 for the dual frame rail. Plus you'll need some 3/4 1 049 only there. But so far I've just calculated the dual frame rail setup. I haven't calculated these bars here just yet, but I'm close. I haven't touched this yet. This is the back half. Like I say, there's my center line, and 1 1/2 tubing 065 in here. But we're still working on that. But this is the other part that I'll be working on too after the main floor plan, would be the roll bar. Number 1 bar I got already, and I also have the drive shaft hoop that came with the number 1 bar, because it's a drop bar. I recommend having a drop bar these days, just because of flexibility. Solid bar you're gonna lose unless you don't want to, but I would highly recommend having the drop bar. Then you can go either you can go small tire or big tire, and with small tire then you have more articulation of the drive shaft up and down. So you'll need that if you're going to do that. And that's what I plan on doing, is going both big tire and small tire. So I figured out materials for this. For the roll bar is basically 13 feet, 12 actually, but I'm giving myself an extra foot. This bar here is 60 inches approximately. Actually a little bit there, and then your smaller bars, they're about 16. I think I got 16, but I think it's actually closer to 20. So I think I'm just going to end up getting two. I'm estimating 24 inches for these two bars, so I have some room to trim. So all in all, for this page, to get this accomplished with the main floor plan, I'll need another length of 20 feet of 1 5/8 083, and that'll include this bar, right? And then I'll need, sorry, this bar and this bar. The only one I don't have accounted for is these two smaller bars, and that's those are 1 inch bars there, right? So, and those are about, I figured, about 24 inches, about 12 inches, those each bars. So the plan is to do this right away and do the floor plans. All right, so that's about it for today. This is David Miazga with David Miazga Racing, Dadfiller Racing, and the Budget Pro Mod channel. Peace out and happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.